Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, Aunt decided to cut down my new magnolia tree. Kids with guns get free water at Starbucks and then steal drinks when asked to leave. My own father wanted to get rid of my mom. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Aunt decided to cut down my new magnolia tree. So I, 40M, and my partner, 36M, were forced to take in my mother and her sister after they were kicked out of their last home. They continually change our decor, rearrange things, and toss out what they don't like. So our Tom of Finland prints have disappeared. Half our kitchen knives were tossed because we have too many. They tossed out some very expensive sushi knives. My aunt likes to garden, or at least that's what she calls it. Cutting everything down to the base so it can regrow and be healthier. I told her to never again touch my plants, how this isn't their home, they are guests. My partner came into the bedroom in tears. They cut down our new magnolia tree. Sure enough, it was cut off at the base and shoved in the trash. They denied doing it until I threatened to immediately kick them out. My aunt first said it was just a weed, a 6-foot-tall, flowering, surrounded by rocks, with an orchard tag, weed. Then that she knew what it was but didn't like where we planted it. I told her how she was paying for a new one, and when she destroys something else they both get tossed out. So my mom is sulking and my aunt is pissed she had to shell out $120 for our new tree. I'm currently on the way home, my partner is driving, I'm holding onto our new black tulip magnolia tree. Yeah, it's trash night and I'm tossing away my aunt's garden tools. Edit, I've hidden her and our gardening tools in the garage. When she leaves she can get them back. They lost the right to your hospitality. Drop them off at another relative's house or at a church. They would have been gone with the sushi knives if it was me. A magnolia tree is one thing, throwing out my knives would be enemy action. For real. eBay already wanted to remove my ex-stepdad's living privileges for a while now. Then I learned he sold my favorite pocket knife that was given to me by my grandma. And my shuriken. He's lucky he moved to Texas. Mind-blowing cooking utensils and gorgeous plants are both my jam. I don't even know Opie's house guests, and they're already on my SHT list. Nobody touches my plants. Nobody. You are a saint for not killing your aunt with her own gardening tools. Trust me, the minute that they screwed up my kitchen they were going to be out the door down the hall and gone. Info: why did they lose the other house and anyone else who could have them live with? I honestly don't know why they were kicked out. I've been given several versions of why. I doubt I'll ever get the truth or know which story is the truth. I asked my brother to take them in and was given a laughing and firm hell no. Their brother, my uncle, still refuses to talk to them after my mom continually insulted their choice to live a child-free life. So I'm currently stuck and just doing the weekly "how is the apartment search going?" I'm not being firm enough and it's enabling them to not try. I just want our house back. Hand them an eviction notice. F them destroying your home. They are guests. No need for a notice. Kids with guns get free water at Starbucks and then steal drinks when asked to leave. Was just at Starbucks and watched a group of kids that had guns with them, I assume airsoft or similar, get free waters and then stand around. The staff asked them politely to leave. The Starbucks is standing room only. The kids said they were just using the Wi-Fi. The employee asked them to use the Wi-Fi just outside. The kids then steal other people's drinks from the order ahead area and walk out. I see this type of stuff online and think people don't really act like this, do they? Apparently they do. They know that no one will stop them. It's so true. I have dealt with other issues at work and found out unless someone was injured the cops generally are not interested. Works until it doesn't. Family will then say they were good kids. I worked at a licensed Starbucks for the better part of 9 years. People would take whatever came up at the pass, take a drink and then complain that it wasn't right. No shit, it wasn't right, Jim. That's because I called grande chai latte for Carol, not blonde pour over for Jim. Well, didn't you know Jim was waiting? Why would you call Carol's drink with Jim standing there waiting? Had a guy take my drink that obviously wasn't for him. Watched him drive off and I just smiled. I wasn't in a hurry as I was meeting my cousin. Baristas kindly made me another. Best part was knowing he didn't want a sweet cup. Choke on that. Oh no, will Starbucks survive the loss? Are the jobs no longer safe? It truly is the end of the world. Kids being little bastards is nothing new. My own father wanted to get rid of my mom. Here. I uncovered this unique little gem while in a particularly good therapy session not too long ago. We think that as a child, I was so traumatized I blocked this memory out. I was around 6 years old when this happened. As a naive child, I was under the assumption that people, when they get married and start a family, are in love, but oh lottie was I wrong. My father would take me to a popular Philly cheese steak place where we lived and unknowingly I befriended who, at the time, was my father's mistress. For the longest time, I would call this woman the pickle lady because whenever I would show up with my sperm donor, she would welcome us with a cheesesteak and my favorite, pickles. Stupid little first grader me would come home, telling my mom all about the nice pickle lady and how my father and I would spend a lot of time at the restaurant she owned. Hindsight is 20/20, and I realize now the pain I must have been inflicting on my mom whenever I would happily come home and talk all about the pickle lady. One day after school, my father decided that he wanted to spend some daddy-daughter time together at the same Philly cheese place, and happy as a clam, I jumped in the car getting hyped for some free pickles. Heading inside the restaurant was the same. The place was always bustling and smelled of the meat that would go into the sandwiches, but I was after one thing and one thing only, pickles. But being a shy and very polite little girl, I greeted the snake in the grass first and the seed to my egg ordered for the two of us. Now it might be because it's been over 20 years since this happened, I'm 28, or because I was a kid who just wanted to do my own thing and always found adult conversations to be dreadfully dull, but I don't remember the conversation that my father was having with this woman before she went to go deal with some new customers. But the next thing I know, when she's out of earshot, my idiot of a parent whispers down at me, "Do you like Pickle Lady's real name?" Yeah, she's nice and she always gives me pickles. Good. Then how would you like it if I made her your new mom? He had the slyest grin on his face, looking like the cat that ate the canary. Obviously, as a stupid little kid not understanding the true meaning of what he's asking, I start to freak out. I already have a mom. What did he plan to do with my mom? Because my father hated it when I showed too much emotions, I just shook my head, tears stinging my eyes. But he wouldn't take that as an answer, unfortunately. He started talking to me in Arabic, hushed hisses that burned my ears. Why not? You said you liked her. I like her, too. That's why I want to make her your new mom. It was at this time that I started to cry. I don't want another mama. I want my mama. Don't take my mama away. This, thankfully, was enough to shut him up and drop the topic, but not before shoving the food in my direction and telling me to STFU and eat the food he bought. He never brought up the topic again until after the divorce with my parents was settled and his father wouldn't give his blessing to marry the hussy who ruined a family. Thankfully, this woman didn't become my stepmom, and now my father has 3 other offspring and 2 more ex-wives that are suing him for what little he's worth. Hope you have fun paying your other children the child support you never gave me, asshole. Wow. Of all the memories kids keep, this one makes me so sad. I hope you and your mom are thriving. Hugs, I hope you and mom are thriving. And this question is why children never want to call a new woman, or man, mama, or daddy, in their life. Please ignore. I read the word naive, I'm puzzled by the native term. I'm Native American and we prefer to use native. I didn't know that your culture did too. Eh? Was there a misspelling? I read naive. When I lived in the Middle East, Arab dudes would proudly proclaim in our culture, we don't date before marriage, it's haram. After a few years of observation, my response was, yeah, but you guys sure do date a lot after marriage. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.